Let me pull up my notes, and we will begin. The sun fades to the west. Heavy fire burns across the evening sky. Hues of red and orange ripple across the horizon to paint a myriad landscape. The tent that you are all in begins to darken. A small woman enters and begins to stir all of you. She says, "Now is the time for your departure. Is there any more that you need?" Anybody?
Yeah, Leon's gonna pat his pockets. A little spare rations could go a long way on our rigorous venture here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the last time we would have eaten was like lunch, right?
We have no coin to pay for it.
She leaves and she brings you back 2 apples.
Elion's going to kind of like a traditional Japanese bow, you know, very like on the side, kind of leans down, and when his head gets about that 75, 80 degree mark, you know, he's like, "Thank you very much."
As a Transylvanian gypsy, she just kind of looks at you and nods, slightly perplexed. But nonetheless nods at you and looks to the others. Irina, Ismark, do you guys need anything?
I'm assuming that, I don't know. I'm trying to play catch up with my brain, so I guess agree with him on just provisions to help us get to where we're going. Make sure we have enough food and stuff.
Is there any way to add an item to D&D Beyond? Some item?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
There is?
You go to manage inventory.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you can add custom item.
Remind me, it has been cold of late, and the weather has certainly been beating down on us. Well, might we procure warmer clothing or something to protect us from the weather?
She leaves and comes back with 3 wool blankets. This all I have.
Ilion will nod again, or bow again.
I mean, time to get real snuggly, you know what I'm saying?
Also, is our friend still a werewolf?
Not currently, no.
Okay. Did y'all discuss that last time?
No, not really. Madam Ava said something snarky about her not getting caught with her pants down while she was marking the trail or something like that, and then called her a dog. But that was after, you know how Valkethra is. She likes to ruffle feathers.
Sure,
Not exactly.
Well, no reason to address it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard
over that problem.
Yeah, so with that, the woman just kind of looks about all of you, like semi-expectantly, like waiting for something else.
Ilion looks back at her with the same exact facial expression of expectance. Maybe with a bit tad on the puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, gotcha. Pull everybody here to the campaign.
Do you have any... This is thinking more for Trevok, but would you have any water skins of liquor or beer. Wine would even do.
Elyon looks at Than with the most like, what the fuck kind of like, expression.
She
It's not for me. Trebek's sleeping there. I have a feeling he would be slightly upset if we did not procure him some.
rolls her eyes and comes back with a half wheel of cheese. It's not necessarily moldy, but you could tell it was cut a couple days ago. And some of the more. She brings it to you in a bottle that's corked, but loosely corked. Do you uncork it?
What color is this bottle?
The bottle itself is green. You can tell in the dim light that the contents look like dirty dishwater. There's like some shit floating in it, and it's.
May I ask what was used to make this? And do I have it in my hands? If so, I'll like kind of.
Yeah, it's in your hands.
Kind of swirling around like in the light. Like what was used to make this?
She just looks at you and or she looks at you for a second. She says something in a language that you don't understand. Ismark, she looks at you and repeats the same thing and says apples, honey, and peaches.
Than's gonna be looking pretty dumbfounded. Gonna be looking at her, looking at Ismark and Arena like, any help here?
I'll relay it. It's the prison wine kind of shit, Ian.
Exactly, dude. That's 100%. It's fucking toilet wine, dude, or the equivalent thereof.
Vistani toilet wine. That's a very unique item right there.
Yeah, man. That shit's like 10,000 proof. It's like beyond 100% alcohol, dude. She now annoyingly
Moonshine.
do what?
Said Ravenloft moonshine.
Yeah, exactly. She annoyingly looks among all of you now and says, "What else do you need?"
One sec. I wanna. Oh fuck! I should have inventory here.
Remind me, Ian. What is this person's name?
I don't. Svetlana.
Okay, Svetlana. Okay.
Vistani number 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Vistani Villager number 6. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel.
Would you like to? Would you like to? Like look her over real quick? Or rather, you wouldn't even really need to look her over. You could gather, based on the muck that is on her all white clothes, this has been one of the women that has been taking care of you. So one of the other things, the people that have been envenomed with these spiders have like profound like bleeding, like anemia. They also have issues with like vomiting and gastro, you know what I'm saying? Like gastrointestinal problems. This lady's very clearly covered in some vomit, some shit, some blood. Like she's had her hands full taking care of you guys, and we're over here asking for toilet wine and stuff. So she's at the ready to like continue to give you things because you have good rapport with the camp, but she's also kind of like, okay, you guys need to fucking go. Like
she's over the shit. She's going to consider anything.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you're dismissed. You're done. You're better.
Yeah. My job here is done. Like,
yeah.
So, but she's helping you. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, okay, like I'm ready to go sit down and put my feet up. She's probably had to go cook for her family and all that stuff.
Would they be like what would they find valuable or like?
I mean,
'cause they even
typically, like, everything that you would. So, gold, swords, jewels, necklaces, like you guys traded with somebody in this camp in the game time not that long ago, but you gave him a bunch of cursed stuff, and he was holding, I think it was a necklace and a jewel, and when he held both of them together, he started to kind of lose where he was, and he wandered off into the woods. And then when you found him, he didn't want to come back with you. He was like crazed.
Elion's
Yeah,
going
I feel a
to
little bad about that.
fumble around in his priest pack and pull out this like I imagine it's just like a 1 inch by like 6 inch little block, and it's incense.
Okay.
2 of them, so long as those didn't get robbed off me.
No, that's that kind
I
of
don't
shit.
think they're particularly invaluable. I actually don't know the cost of them though.
The people that robbed you would be looking for anything
Yeah,
ornate
more
and like shiny. Yeah.
Yeah. And Elion will kind of present it to her. Say, you offer too much to us here, and some type of payment. This will surely wager something.
Mhm. So do you tell her like how it's done? Like,
Does
is
she
it?
look confused?
I mean, she'd kind of look at it and smell it, and seem to like the smell. You know, she'd sniff it at first, kind of pull her head back, and then go back for more. Like she appreciates
so
it.
Kinda has that like second whiff of like curiosity. Clearly isn't like super sure, at least not like what Elion would consider. Like, oh yeah, this is incense.
Mhm.
So, I like to imagine, since it's a block, this would be more of like a used for like the Chinese type incense things, you know, where it's like it's like a jar, and then
Yeah, like what you'd put in like a sensor or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of fill that in, and it's like a stamped print.
Okay.
It'll kind of convey like, you know, you'll find some type of vessel, like a jar or a pot or a cup, and fill it with a bit of sand and get a print of some sort, or just lay it out in a fashion that you desire and burn it. While you do so, you will be remissed with good luck and possibly good fortune. At
She
least that's
hears
what my people believe.
she hears fortune, and her ears kind of perk up, and she nods. And
Elion kind of lies that bit out, you know, like that's not really why we burn it, you know. That his people burned it for prayer and meditation, but he knows that is like almost the equivalency to these.
Same,
people, right?
but
so she essentially, I guess the way that I put, she's doing the foreign like smiling and nodding thing, like she doesn't really understand what it is that you're saying, but then you say fortune.
A lot of hand motions and shit.
Yeah, and then you say fortune, and she's like, oh, like I know what that word means. Like, so she assumes that that's probably worth a lot. You've just given her some like great gift, so she's like elated with that.
Yeah, Elion's gonna kind of look back at like Ishmark and Arena and kind of like, you know, like, I think I'm getting the point across here, and he's like, so yeah, you burn it, and yeah, I think you get it.
Yeah, she just nods. She's fortune, and like dips like giddily out of the tent. She's just
as she like kind of says just fortune, you know, he's like, well, you know, like think while you burn it, and you will get fortune. That makes sense.
Fortune, and then like
good luck. Right. It's good luck.
She like tucks it underneath her dirty shirt, and like, boom, dude, like beelines it. Like she's gone, dude. End of the evening. She's out of here. She's obviously running to go tell her husband, like, this dude just hooked me the fuck up. Our lives are gonna change.
As Elion turns around smiling like he just did some great act of fucking philanthropy.
How many of those bricks do you have?
Supposed to have 2.
Okay, so you emptied out all of the incense then?
Well, I have 2 bricks. I gave her 1.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I thought you gave her 2. All right, so she's got half her shit.
No, just 1.
Okay.
I have 2 bricks.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. I should have 2, so long as nothing. Well, I'm imagining they're not huge, right? Not like an inch by like a 6 inch, and it's probably like an inch deep, you know, like.
Yeah, I'd say.
Fucking incense,
iPhone
but,
sized.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd say probably like 2 inches by 6 inches, and then an inch thick. Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah.
safe.
It is
Uh,
fucking
Packing
incense,
cones
though.
or you packing sticks, man?
So
Clearly, I'm not making fucking sticks on the go, Hunter.
and that would be a portion of like the religious rites, right? So like you'd be able to identify those plants in the wild and all of that typically.
If you were comfortable with that, I guess so. That could be something that probably he's had to procure and do in the past. Was that
Roll either a religion or a history check. Give me whichever one is higher for the skill, and we'll just put it in your notes that this will be how we determine. So basically what we're going to be doing is that we're determining whether or not you would recognize the plants from the books that you read, or if it would be like, we got our new shipment of incense in today. And what was it? Was it the religion or history that you...
It was a religion with 17.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you would definitely be able to identify, at least by looking at pictures of the plants. Like I'll give you some notification when or if you find them, or if you go to search for them, like I'll give you like a +2 or something to your survival check.
Okay.
You would also know the names of them too, although that your mileage may vary here with that because they're going to call it something else.
Yeah.
But okay.
Different name, but same style plant.
Yeah, exactly. So the sun is set. There's a little glimmer of red in the sky from the light itself. It's dark. You were told to go to the river, follow it east, stay low, stay quiet. What is the game plan here?
Oh, I would like to take out the... It was as a bottle.
Okay.
Taking out the bottle, walking over to sleeping Trevok, putting it on his chest, and waking him up first.
All right.
He's asleep. Hey, we got this for you. Also, time to wake up. I think we're all getting ready to go. And then Dan will kind of just look back at the rest of the group.
Trevok, if you're talking, buddy, you're muted. Trevok.
Is he?
All right, he's sleeping pretty well. Everyone else, what do we think? Don't we have to leave? It kind of seems like they want us to go.
Oh. Still nothing. Check your settings. Say
settings. You like system. Sometimes system settings get all fucked up. I gotta change mine every time Yeah. Only mine's the output. Every time I turn my PC on, I have to change it because my headset.
Oh man, that would be mad annoying.
So you know how to fix that?
No, it's not on Discord. It's just the settings. It's weird, but it's still nothing. Trevok, if you are.
Yeah. My mic keeps auto muting. It's weird.
Try looking in Discord. If you can hear us, try looking in Discord settings what your input-output is, and then also...
You got like a Blue Yeti or something?
Oh.
Or a headset mic, I guess?
Depends.
Yeah, it says, yeah, it's a headset.
It sounds like a unplug and plug it back in and maybe...
It won't stop triggering.
Oh, now you can...
There we go.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah. He's getting ready to fucking smash that thing. Fuck this thing.
I frisbeed the mic out the window.
Yeah. All right. So just a quick recap, Tyler. You guys woke up or whatever. They sent you back to rest. Elion just copped some stuff, some food, couple apples.
Yeah, hold on. 2 apples, dog. Those are my apples.
Yeah, Elion got 2 apples. Thand copped you some toilet wine, or the equivalent thereof.
Split them.
And then Ismark was able to get 3 wool blankets.
Do I need to add those to my inventory?
So no, because they're in possession of. Although I think Than just gave you the equivalent of toilet wine.
Yeah, the stony
Toilet
toilet
or-
wine.
Yeah, so
hold on.
it's
Was I translated the bit of what it's made out of, or was I just stood there dumbfounded? And was
No,
like,
no,
okay,
Ismark said that he translated it for you.
Okay,
It's a honey. It's a apple peach mead. It's loosely corked. It's about halfway drank. But looking at it, it doesn't look very finely brewed. It looks like it's probably gonna taste pretty rough.
It looks like free liquor.
Yeah,
It's
basically, you got the swish, dude. Like that. That's what it is.
Is that
Oh,
what
Ricky,
does that
none
mean
of
we
those
rest
squish
it or
again.
I'm still at half health?
No, we just discussed. Yeah, everybody's at full rest because it was y'all have been chilling in this tent now for almost a full day.
They would like it if we left.
Yeah, and you had like medical assistance, so like you guys are gonna be covered in bandages with poultices and like all kinds of stuff. Like you've got salves and things that are like slicking your body hair and all that shit.
We've been recovering from like hemolytic spider bites.
Yeah, the red stuff. I think he was the only one that didn't like succumb to any of that.
Paralyzed.
He has a stupid con. Like he's like mega con in comparison to the rest of you.
who?
We
Me?
trade
Trayvok, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's got like a 20 constitution. It's dumb.
I don't think I got paralyzed, but I got swished away early.
Yeah, no, you had to run. So you got pulled out early. Everybody else kind of got dicked on though. Trayvok was like heroic throwing shit off the side of a mountain. That was kind of dope. He like,
I threw like 2 or 3 of those things off the edge.
yeah, he like, what was that? Like a Karana bomb or whatever, where he like front flipped over one and then like used his body weight and shit to like power bomb it into a rock. Some luchador shit. Okay, so anyways, now that we're all caught back up, sun setting, you guys have been given a handful of provisions. You were told to go to the river and go west. What are we doing here?
You go to the river and go west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thinking we go to that river, and I'm thinking we gotta go a little west.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to find a river and go west.
All right.
Yeah.
So are we doing, are you guys lighting any torches? Are you like hand on shoulder kind of thing? Because a lot of you can see in the dark. It's getting ready to be like pitch black outside.
Well, we have. Who?
They'll have like fires and stuff lit like as you're leaving. So if you need to
Yeah.
light torches, you
So-
can. But it's getting ready to be nighttime and cold.
We have dark sight, but they.
Yeah, is this another like one of those like it's so dark that it's even darker than dark vision, or
So you guys will be able to see, but it would be. Oh man, how can I describe this? You'd be able to see
30 feet instead of 60 feet.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It was like you'd be able to see, but it'd be like 15, 20, 25 feet out instead of like the full whatever. Yeah, think about it like on a night where it's like kind of bright. It's not like super bright, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
bright, and you can see kind of outside.
So, yeah,
like
yeah. What I was thinking though is us with dark vision should probably lead the pack, and we probably shouldn't use torches.
okay. So you guys want to do
As long as we can
like hands on shoulders kind of a thing, like so that nobody gets lost? Like what's the tell me the order and what's the game plan here?
really thick, or is it like?
I mean,
assume
it's-
we're just kind of walking a bank here, like
Yeah, so that it has like some thick reeds, like if you were to get super close to it, so you kind of not necessarily like a guardrail, but you have some kind of indication of like where the shoreline would be based on these reeds to some
Elion
degree.
proposes two Elion and Thin in the front, the non-night visioners in the middle, and then Travok in the back. Because you have
Okay.
night vision, right? Or dark vision, I mean.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So that way,
As long as somebody herds us in the right direction, I'm good.
right? That way, someone's leading, and then the two people are, making sure that the fucking. We only have two people that can't see in the dark here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, making sure that the two Non-dark
And
visioners.
it is
Walk off
going to
with on their own.
be dark enough that like they not necessarily blind out there, but should they be separated, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to not really be once you guys are more than a couple feet away, they're going to lose you.
Any other suggestions? If not, I have one more.
Do you need to pull me again
What?
in the Tailspire client?
Oh, got you. Yeah, I can pull you.
If
Thanks,
we're still going the route of not using torches at all, I'd say maybe even like we do some reversal stuff and like maybe, I don't know, either Trevok or Elion lead, because Valkithra is in the box right now. Otherwise, I'd say she'd be our scout.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, one of you guys lead.
That's
Yeah.
the same but different order, Hunter.
Yeah, my suggestion
Yeah.
would be that Elion goes first. He's got the high wisdom. He'll have the good perception checks.
Yeah.
One player to another.
But the combat, them not being able to see more than like a foot in front of them, Than would then be like, you know, they'd have a hand on Than's shoulder. He'd be in the front, still have Trevok in the back, and Elion could be like 15 feet in front.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay, I got you.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have Elion like
He's
wander
six
out a
pack
little
it
bit.
up on the back.
But
Elion
not like
leads in
crazy
the front
far.
by a little bit. Yeah, like
Yeah,
5,
like
10
not
feet
like-
in front of y'all.
Yeah,
Well,
like enough that
Far enough in
Than
front that
can-
I could do a hand motion and you could all stop without being right up on my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I dig it. I thought at first I was like, Hunter, you're saying everything Brett just said like fucking 2 seconds ago.
Said that.
Same, but different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can dig that.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Going once, going twice.
Sold to the
Sounds
two
good.
guys that are dumb. Let's do it.
To the guy who got really entranced in a shiny thing, and it just turned out to be a door. But after his brother figured it out,
So
it's still one of my favorite moments.
you guys begin walking, and shortly after a while, the noise and things, just the subtle clamoring of the Vistani as they, eat and start settling in for bed and all of those things. The small little murmurings of a jovial conversation all kind of fade away. The one thing that really does, or rather should, stick out to all of you is how eerily quiet it is, to a point where it's almost deafening. As you walk down, your steps are met with a repercussive squish. The cool air of the night rings heavily with dead silence. For once here, the eerie silence feels comforting, though only a week ago most of you would have been met with apprehension. The clearing mist reveals the silhouette of a waning moon. As you continue down the bank, you see a small raft with a small boy holding a cat. He greets you with a friendly smile. "Hello, friends. Can we take the raft? I don't have any payment for it, but I would make a great company and I'm a little cold. Me and Guillermo are going back to our barrow. You should come. It isn't safe out at night, but my barrow is great."
So, like we said, though, Elion would be quite a bit ahead. I would have stopped us as soon as I seen anything on the river.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah, we can back it up then.
I kept paddling. Well, I'm assuming he just kind of
No, so I should be more specific. No, there is a raft in the reeds. Like, it's just set there. Like,
Okay.
you just kind of walk up on it. There's just like a
that's
small
fine.
clearing in the
Stop
reeds.
it.
Yeah. Okay. So you can stop him before he notices you. What do you do? Like, walk me through stopping everyone?
The cat.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking throw up a 2 sign, look back at Than, and then make a cat with my fist, and do a 1 sign, and then realize that he probably thinks that I now mean there's 2 people and a cat, so I'm gonna do
man.
a 1 sign, and then like me, but like at my chest.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're doing some thieves' cant. I like it. Hunter, I need you to roll. Yeah, Hunter,
I was about to say.
So first off, Brett, yeah, I agree. Brett, you
be like, what?
you need to give us some webcam action here to describe what you're doing. Show us what you're doing.
Oh,
And then Thin, I need.
Cat.
Oh, what would be a
I tried to
good?
do one while I was
reaction
talking
of
like
trying
that,
to-
and you know, I don't know.
Oh,
cat
dude,
thing, I
the
can
cat's
almost
easy.
see.
It's a fist and two
Right,
fingers kind of
little
coming off the
fingers.
back.
I
Yeah.
was about to say do that and like kind of walking or like it's like all right, it's a either small child or
Small
creature,
creature.
and like one.
Man, yeah,
We're
I
gonna
feel like there
be a
needs.
little funny
But
gimmick,
then
but
he
anyways,
threw up two, so Than was like, all right, there's two people.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what role I would have you roll and with what, because you guys have.
I guess maybe
I would assume in your backstories, like you guys have done
no,
some kind of shit. No,
I was
okay.
assuming this was gonna
Not-
go.
yeah,
I do all this. He goes, "What the fuck?" And then I have to come back and tell them. That
Okay.
the kid, and at that point, the kid probably notices because
All right, Than, give me an intelligence roll.
Here we go, baby. It's it's a 9.
All right, so you see Elion turn around, and he starts making these weird hand motions at you, and for some reason, you begin to mimic back an answer, but you have no idea what he's saying, nor do you really have any idea what you're trying to convey. You're just making hand gestures back at him.
Yeah, I know. I point at me, I point at him, and then I do 2 fingers, but like the walking kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like so they're pointing like 2 fingers pointed down and walking, and I just look at him like
So-
you like.
Elion drops his arms at his sides, maybe makes a little bit of a thud, and a fairly verbal sigh, just. And he
So-
goes to kind of creep back. Does the kid notice?
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be like, "What was that?"
Elion's gonna look at the kid, and then just kind of motion for everyone to come up. Hi, we're just passing. No need to alarm.
He says, "Hi, I'm Gerard." And when you look him over, he's a small human boy. He's roughly 7 to 9 years old. He has dark brown hair. His clothes are dirty and wet, but this doesn't seem to bother him. And it looks as though he's been walking on the riverside for some time, as he doesn't have on any shoes, but his legs are caked heavily in mud all the way to the knee. His speech is natively common, and he speaks very fluently, though he tends to ramble and bring up strange points thus far, if you haven't noticed. Like he's quick to invite you places. He's definitely a kid, I guess, is what I'm getting at. We've all been around 7-year-olds.
Yeah, the last kids we ran into though like weren't too cool.
Does he look like he's from here?
You
said he talks very fluently.
Yeah,
He's not from,
as dark as it would be and as dirty as he would be, that'd be a little difficult to tell right now. Although he's not, if you're referring to like the people that seem to have like the dead eyes, like no, he doesn't. His tone is a little more jovial than that.
Yeah, that's a trap. So Elion's gonna look at the party, and at least Ishmark and Irina specifically, and go, is this another common don't do? Don't get in rafts with kids in the middle of the night?
It is a 7-year-old child covered in mud wandering in the woods for a last night.
Is that normal?
You should be concerned.
Right,
Nope.
that's
Nope,
okay.
not-
I was also thinking that.
The
Elliot
last
looks like a-
children that we dealt with were almost killed us in the house.
So he starts kind of sobbing for a second. He's like, "Please, no, you don't understand. Please, no, you don't understand. I used to be in the orphanage outside of Falcon, and it was horrible.
Slow
Okay,
down,
so
I
you
can't
used to live in the
understand
orphanage
you.
in Malachi,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah,
What happened to the orphanage of Elika? Aren't you quite far from there?
They're just it's so scary for me.
How did you get down here?
Scary and mean.
Oh, tell me the woman. The Guillermo took over my cat Guillermo.
How did you
He
get
took
your cat
over.
and you down here?
We just been walking down the bank and we got lost.
In Valakai.
Wow.
No, we escaped from Valkai. We were coming this way because it's scary as me.
Can we like?
So you're from here? And you expect
No!
any other fucking place in this hell?
I'm from Waterdeep. I went out one night to go get Guillermo and this fog showed up and then I got pulled in here. I don't know where I'm at.
Leon looks back at Ishmark and goes, no offense, sorry.
Yeah. Why would you choose this shithole?
I was kind of
Did he
hoping
say
on
he's
a
from
prayer
Waterdeep? Is
that...
that what he said?
Yeah, he said he was from Waterdeep.
Yeah. So I've obviously never heard of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
But
kid
yeah,
said.
Elion's gonna
what he
like
said.
double back after he says, or after he realizes that he said Waterdeep,
Mm-hmm.
not Valakai.
Yeah.
Well, that he was from Valakai, but like he's originally from Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why?
He
That's familiar.
Why are you from there?
he sniffles.
Why are you here?
He sniffles and he tries to kind of regain his composure. And he's like, I walked out one night to go get Guillermo, and there was this fog, and I was lost when I got here, and so they took me to an orphanage because my parents weren't here, but it was scary and they were mean, so I ran away, and then
That was
Here.
foolish. I have similar fate to you, and this place fucking is terrible, child. You should be in that orphanage in Valakai.
you don't understand. They do horrible things
You
there.
don't understand. I've never seen a man die. 5 days ago, I've witnessed dozens.
You saw lots of people die?
More than you could count on your 10 little fingers, child.
How did they die?
In all sorts of mysterious manners. Why are you enthralled by this?
Can I insight? Yeah. Can we? Like, can I? Like, can we? I want to like. I don't like
Can
the
I
way
do a
he said that.
perception check on this kid?
Yeah, you want to roll insight? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll throw down on that.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm rolling insight on this little bastard. 13.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I got a 13 as well.
Hell yeah.
I got a 22.
Damn!
This is a lost child that seems to be scared and kind of, I don't know, man. He's lost, but he seems to be enthralled with your adventures, at least. Considering the lot of you are, well, some of you are wearing armor and have swords and things, at least from what he can see, you would imagine that you were some kind of hero in a storybook.
Oh, so I want to just ask about that. So he
I
can
am a
see.
guy, child. I will die just like you. A very similar fate to a very mundane death.
Can he see all of us?
I mean, he would assume that there's more of you out there, sure. I mean, he can definitely see Elion. I don't know that he would see the entire party. He might see your silhouette, but not be able to make out much of it.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Very much so.
Elon's gonna take one of the apples he got and toss it to him.
Oh man, he's like jovially gonna like bite into it very quickly too. He's not even gonna give it a second thought. You say, "Oh man, this is good."
Right?
Oh yeah,
This apple?
dude, yeah. Like you look over and he's already taken like 3 bites and it's just been out of the same spot. Like he's getting ready to just eat through the entire apple core.
Elon's gonna sigh and fucking chop the other one in half and toss him another half of an apple.
Hell yeah. You hear him make like a "Ugh," and like spit a seed out into the water. I always hate those apple seeds.
Yeah, they're not the best, are they?
No. Where do you live?
Helmshold.
Where's that?
Not too far from Waterdeep. Well, quite a ways from Waterdeep, but
Oh. Will you take me home?
no, child.
Why not?
Because I couldn't go home if I wanted.
So we're stuck here?
Indefinitely, it would seem.
What do I do?
Learn Balakian,
What's that?
the native tongue.
Native tongue?
Don't trust anyone out here. Not
Should
like
I
you
trust?
did with us.
But you gave me apples.
Correct.
But you gave me apples.
Scarcity.
I mean, could we send him to them?
Than's doesn't want to like
Oh shit.
air him out, but we could.
Aelion actually does kind of just rub his chin. He's like, oh, I didn't fucking think of that. And turns towards the group. 1 second. No funny business. Stay there with your cat and enjoy the apples.
Okay. His name is Mo.
Mo.
Yeah, it's Guillermo, but it's a lot to yell at night when he runs off.
Interesting. Turns towards the group.
You said you were going back to your barrow. Do you have a shelter here somewhere?
Yeah, it's not far. There's this raft, but I don't have anything to give it.
Give it?
Yeah, what do you mean give it?
Well, come here, come look. And so, does anybody go over there to look?
I guess Aelion
Tom's a
would.
bat.
Fuck it.
Okay. How close do you get?
So I'm envisioning like it's like a little raft, right? It's stuck up on the bank.
Yep.
Reeds.
Yep.
He's on like the far side. I'm on the other side, or is he on the same side as us?
No, he'd be like on the far side. So when I say raft, I mean like it's legitimately like a raft. Think of it like a gigantic door, basically. Like it's just some sticks like lashed together over other sticks. It's
so
like a
it's not
castaway
like a canoe or
raft.
no shit.
No,
It's
no.
like
Tom
a
Hanks
raft.
and Castaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks castaway raft. All right.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
can
gonna
see
get-
20 feet, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get like as close as I need to make out his facial features,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to give like a good look down on this fucking spectral child.
So he's sitting there. It's a small kid, and he's just holding a cat, and you can see its tail kind of wishing back and forth underneath his arm.
Yeah.
And the cat's like licking his face a little bit.
Okay.
How close are you to the raft?
5 feet.
5 feet? Okay. So as you look about the raft, you don't see anything peculiar. It just looks like a raft.
What do you need to give?
Put your foot on the edge, and when the hand comes out, you have to give it something, and then it takes you to down the river where you need to go.
Excuse me?
You have to.
The group. See, is this normal?
Hand comes out.
Yeah, watch. And so he gets up, and he comes over to you. Do you stay where you are? Like, what do you do as he gets up and he starts coming over?
I take a step back.
Okay. So he steps off the raft, and then when he steps back on it, there is a small, decrepit hand that comes up from the western side of the raft, and it just waits there expectantly.
Oh, it has its own ferryman.
Oh, no, I feel bad. This kid just.
Yeah. So about that huddle, let's do that.
Stay there, kid. No funny business.
Okay.
And goes back to the group, and we'll go for a huddle. I want to actually do like a perception check as I saying like, "Stay there, kid." I'm like kind of pointing at him. I'm looking around. Can I see where he came in through? And like, does it look like it was a singularly tracked path? Like,
Yeah, I mean, give me the perception check.
16.
Okay, yeah. So you can see kind of he's been. You don't necessarily see where he's been walking, but you see where reeds have been knocked over in a straight path.
It doesn't
And-
look like anything much larger or like heavy.
No, not really. No, and you would wager by the amount of mud that's caked on his shins and on his leg, he was probably just walking along the riverbank
Okay.
while it was there.
All right. Yeah, I'm cool. Cooling, chilling, huddling. So what the fuck is that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do we give it like half an apple or something? Like, what happens if you don't give it enough?
Right, that's problematic. He seemed to, maybe he's made assumptions about how it works, but he said it takes you to where you need to go.
Right, what if it doesn't do that?
Yeah, but if he walked here, then he hasn't taken it yet. Or, we should just not trust the child in the dark anyways. So there's that too.
We could, right? I do have a soft spot for this child, been an orphan myself. Not quite ever dumb enough to walk around in the fucking woods of Barovia, but,
I
hey,
had a
here
soft
we
spot for
are.
the last two children as well.
Right, yep, this place has really made me distasteful for young children, I do admit.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing says birth control like Barovia, you know what I mean?
Old Barovian birth control.
Yeah,
Do we want
dude.
to ask him some more questions and see if he's taken it, or do we want to fuck off and keep going west down this river and let this kid figure it out? We could send him to the Vistani. I'm not sure what they do with children, but they seem sensible enough.
I mean, if the child is genuinely just a runaway, if we were to leave him here, he will perish.
Oh, he will
Course.
die, absolutely.
What
Better than us.
what else would we ask him?
I have no idea. I think we take him back to the Vistani.
Well,
right back to that terrible orphanage.
Well, he said, does anyone have anything they could toss to the raft and then just tell them the raft to take them?
What if it doesn't?
I said, well, it's just downriver, isn't it?
I don't know. Not exactly sure the layout of this place completely. We have that map, but
Well, we've gone west from the camp, right? Just kind of, we're like peace guys, and then started following the river. So it'd be like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Follow the river down.
Yeah, so to give you guys an idea of like where you would be at on the campaign map, so the tents and stuff are here, you guys are probably about like right there. So it's not super far of a walk, but you have covered some distance. And then of course, if you were trying to cross this bridge, like you still got a ways to go.
Dang. So what do we think that the raft desires? Does it desire gold, food, blood,
Hunter-
sacrifice?
Hunter, check your DMs.
probably life.
All I got is a bar and a soap.
I just gave that kid the 2 fucking apples. Well, an apple and a half that I got, so I'm tapped, alright?
Where the
I
fuck
have
is it? 1 second.
another
my
incense,
bad.
but I would like to keep that.
There it is. How do I do this?
I'm
Boom.
Lockean cookbook. I've really
It's 10.
actually no. I gave that to Madame Ava.
Mm.
How do you feel about this, brother?
I still think we should ask him some more questions to discern if he is a good or bad child.
What the? I'm not entirely sure how to interpret that. Is it our place to parent a child in the woods? I don't think so.
Oh, no, but bad child meaning those of the kind that we met in that goddamn house.
Oh, you mean fucking spawns of hell themselves? Yeah, that's not a child.
Yes.
It's a demon,
Well,
disguised as a child.
Yes. Well, I mean, those were pretty convincing children.
They were. That's why I trust no one. Fine, we shall ask him some more questions. I don't know. Seems like a kid. Smells like a kid. Probably isn't a kid.
Definitely not a kid.
You guys hear that?
What?
Nothing.
No, what?
Like
It's not nothing. What do you hear?
flies, an insect.
If I listen hard enough, are there like flies abundant? It's pretty fucking cold.
No, there's you all stop and listen to his words. There's nothing. Like his.
What do you mean? Is this a part of your thing? Can you sense something?
I don't know.
What the fuck? Spider, man.
Don't you have a holy symbol you can wave at him just to check and make sure he is a good lad?
It doesn't work like that. Well, at least not for me.
Tried it recently?
Yeah, it might work like that. Yeah, or you said you hear flies? Are they like buzzing around the child himself?
No,
Is
it's
he a
buzzing.
walking corpse?
Whenever you say it might work like that, Elyon just kind of thinks for a second, and then he just kind of pulls his priest pack aside. I imagine it kind of has like a little hip satchel. Kind of pulls it over and rummages through and pulls out his He would have his Book of Helm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my cross though, right? Because that was like it's
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah, no, they would have taken that.
I don't have the whole kit, but I do have the book. I don't know if that.
You got to remember your Warhammer has worked as like a casting focus thus far.
Right, but it's not like a cross or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Is it a symbol of your
I
faith?
say we give the
I was
lad
just gonna go
a
try to
day's worth
exercise
of
this kid.
rations and leave him be. He's got about the same odds of surviving as we do at this point.
I don't completely agree with that, but I do not believe he's just been surviving on his own.
We should, that's a good question to ask. How long has he been out here?
Fine.
He just kind of said he left the orphanage. Can we? I guess Ismark or Irina wouldn't have heard like much coming from an orphanage outside of Valakai.
Again,
Yeah.
I've never been to Valakai myself.
Okay.
My father didn't let me out of the mansion very often.
Terrible.
They'd have gone, but it'd have been like on envoys. It's not like they would be there to go to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're not just going there to chill at the orphanage or anything. Yeah, and it would have been a really long time ago.
Not a sightseeing trip.
Yeah.
So we ask him more questions.
Yes, I'd say, how long has he been out here? And
Well, come on, you ask him too.
all
I'm
right.
the only one that works
All
with
right,
the
back to the child.
holy magic of Helm here.
We all appearing on this kid. We're just.
Yeah, I'll
It
kind
wa-
of
it was
I'll
one,
walk out in front and kind of give him a little smile and wave and kind of usher people behind me, kind of reveal that there's a lot more of us.
Yeah, Trayvon's gonna stay in the back.
These are my friends. What was your name again?
I'm Gerard.
Gerard. Guillermo. Right. So, how long have you been out here?
I don't know. Today, I'm trying to get back
Today?
home to my. No, just today. I've been sitting here for a little while, but not super long. I mean, I don't know.
And you
Listen.
walked all the way down from Valakai to here?
No. Guillermo likes to come and see the Vistani. We just watched them. So we came down here for the day and we were going back home.
How long have you been outside of the orphanage?
Oh, a long while. They're scary there. You
How
shouldn't
long
go
of a
there.
while? How many sons?
Several.
Can I
I
cast
would
divine sense?
wager. I would wager 2 moons. And yeah, go ahead.
It's an action. You can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the
Mm-hmm.
spell or know the location. Up to 60 feet.
Okay. And this is
It
everything
also
within
tells you if
60
there are
feet?
It'll tell you if there are any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Otherwise, this is the one ability that specifically lists Strahd von Zarovich by name in the paladin class.
Let's see. And what is it that it's detect good and evil, right?
Divine
Divine sense.
Divine sense. Gotcha.
paladin ability.
Give me a second. Okay. Detect session until the end of your next turn. You know the location. So. Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, so I think she would detect the presence of one of those things, but wouldn't know the identity or the exact location necessarily.
Okay. So Kaylee, is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So you are close enough to the kid that you're able to determine. So you don't really detect anything evil within an imminent proximity. Like there's nothing off about this kid that you're able to detect. Like you have some kind of static in the woods about you just because that's the nature of the plane. Like there's evil energy all around you. But for this immediate area, no, there's nothing. There's nothing that necessarily is ringing off the hook for you, but you do notice that you detect some form of entity beneath the raft, and perhaps that's where the hand is, or what the hand is. Like, so there's something underneath that raft holding it in place, something alive. The kid, however, you don't really register anything from. He doesn't come across as some kind of evil being or anything like that. He's just a kid.
Well, so far this one seems to be okay. But I definitely wouldn't touch the raft. You might go underneath it.
Oh, don't worry about him. It's how can I put it's big like an ogre. It holds on to the raft and it walks down the river. It's okay though, as long as you pay. It's when you refuse to pay that's when things go bad.
Have you taken the raft before?
A couple times, yeah.
How do you know this?
Yeah, we come.
Guillermo, you come to visit.
Mm-hmm.
On the raft.
They feed Guillermo from time to time, and he shares, so we come down here.
What do you normally pay?
It depends. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's gold coins, sometimes it's scraps. I saw a man give it a dagger once.
Does it depend how far you go?
I'm not sure. I usually give it a couple coins and it'll take me. It never moves for free, though. Go ahead.
Really funny
Well?
idea.
What you got? Let me hear it.
I feel like this is something I have to consult the party before I actually do.
Okay.
You may or may not have. I'll give you the hint. You may or may not have inspired me when you said someone once gave it a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the same thing. Please do that. Please do that.
Well, I mean,
Dan's gonna kind of look at everyone. Another quick huddle. Can we step away, or just so I can be whispering so the kid doesn't hear?
So what if I gave Boat my sword? Been looking to get rid of this thing. It keeps coming back.
Sure.
I think that's
Then
a
what are you
great
gonna
idea.
fight with?
I'll figure that out, but this sword keeps coming back. I don't think that's a good thing. Dan's gonna kind of look at Elliot. Brother, I've never heard of a holy sword that returns to its.
I told you not to pick that shit up.
This may or may not be a good time to say I've been getting urges. You may have
Whoa.
seen. I think I just. Well, you may or may not have seen it. I destroyed that bookcase. That was.
Remember the last time you fought with it, whenever you struck a spider, like black tendrils shot out from it as well. And then not only that, like they shot out of the hilt and into your arm also. So it damaged you. You have more than enough evidence to assume that this weapon is definitely cursed. I believe looking back at the video, I said that it deals the weapon damage plus a 1d4 necrotic, but you also take the d4 necrotic damage also.
Yeah.
Well, this may be the perfect time to get rid of it. If this entity will take it.
Worth a shot.
Willing to find out.
All right, I won't stop you, lad.
Now, can we all fit on this
So
raft?
we're taking the boat, taking the raft.
Can we all fit on it?
You'd have to stand, but yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna go back and see if this kid's trying to go with us to.
Yeah, I don't think the kid
Where
gets
are
to
we
say. I think
going?
the kid's coming with us.
We're just going west, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends on where you guys decide to go.
So the river
Take
would
this
go
kid
all the way
back
up
to Malachi.
to Valakai, to the lake there, right?
What'd you say, Matt?
So the river would go all the way to Valakai, to the lake.
Let's see. Yes, it would.
The water flow.
It would flow east to west.
Direction.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, it would flow west to east. Yeah, he's right.
Okay. We're trying to go west?
Yeah. But so what? Well, and I guess only Kaylee knows this, but what I was saying a minute ago, and the kid even acknowledged it. There's something that's underneath the water that moves the raft, and you're basically paying for it to ferry you back and forth, or
follow.
from one destination to the other.
Yeah, let's do it. I vote for getting
yeah,
the first
I
blade
think-
to the thing.
Same.
Don't I also have a scroll that I could give it, maybe?
No,
don't
that's
know.
actually useful.
Well, let's try the.
No, that's actually useful.
Let's not tempt the DM anymore.
And unless you want the unless you want the sword, it's going to this thing because it's been giving Thand urges.
Not
What's
the...
It's funny. I gotta pause the game for a second. It's funny that it was I saw a man give it a dagger once that. So the buzzing noise was like the gears grinding in his head. Like that was more of a facetious buzzing noise. And then the whole time it was like, I'll just read you what I wrote to him. It says, a short buzzing noise fills your brain. You then set your hands on your hips. The sword hilt rests heavily on your forearm. Annoyed, you push it back a little bit, only for it to roll back forward and rest on your forearm again. It's like the whole time, like it's been just like there, like annoyingly in the way.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, the whole time, like, what do we give it? And, like the sword's just like here, like constantly just being in the way. Classic Than.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I hope it goes away.
Okay, all right. So is that the consensus then? Is that what we're doing? Are we getting ready to break this huddle? And
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Come on, kid. We're going
What's
west.
the worst that could happen?
oh, good.
Back to Valakai. And he'll
Oh
chuckle.
no. I'll jump off when
I
we
was
get there.
kidding. Yeah, we'll take you back close to wherever you want to go, and you can hop when you're ready.
You should come with me to my barrow till the morning. You
That
can leave
sounds
then.
like a legal activity in many municipalities where I'm from, child.
What?
You would get barred in the stockades and pelted with tomatoes for 2 days.
They throw tomatoes? Do you get to eat them?
Yes, and it gets tiring after a while from the looks of it.
I saw them throw tomatoes at a guy once, but he was making fun of people while they were throwing it.
Sounds
Sometimes
deserved.
they replace the tomatoes with rocks. That's not quite as fun.
It seems like that would hurt a lot. Why would they do that?
For punishment.
There was one time I threw a rock really far. How far do you think I threw it?
60 feet.
I don't know how many feet that is. Is that a lot?
It's like, it's like 20 yards.
The whole time he's looking at you like very intently, like waiting for you, not necessarily to describe the length, but to like hold your arms out, like, and stretch them out from side to side. And so when you say 20 yards, he's like, I don't know how far that is. How far is that? Is that far?
It's like from here, point to where they're at, and then,
About 60 feet down the river.
Yeah.
See, I can't see that far. I bet that's a really long way, but I bet I could still throw a rock further than that.
Maybe. Guess we'll never
Well, anyways.
know.
Okay.
Are you coming, kid?
I mean, I'm on the raft. What are you doing?
Guess so.
Such a
Just
kid
say-
answer.
How old are you?
You don't ask that.
I don't. I just did.
It's rude.
Oh. He turns and he looks at Than. How old are you?
About the same as him.
Thumbs over to Elion.
But how old is that?
Old enough, kid.
I don't know what that means. He turns and he looks at Trayvon. How old are you?
I don't know. I don't remember how old he is. How old I said I was.
How old are you, kid?
Oh.
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
Well, he starts to like tear up when you ask him because it was almost my birthday, but they lost me. Like, he just kind of, he starts to like sulk again. And then like the cat, as he starts like crying, the cat's like steadily licking his cheeks.
Interesting. I wonder if it gets the nutrients from the... Anyway, that's rough, kid. This is top 5 worst places to be, apparently.
There's 4 more that are worse than this.
I think this is probably like 3.
There's 2 more that are worse than this.
Yeah, apparently.
This is awful. I just want to go home.
Me too.
Let's go home. I want to go to my barrel.
Ideal proposition.
Yeah, so are we going to Skid's Barrow or we get on this raft? Like,
It's both things.
all the things.
I'm giving him my sword, and I thought we were getting on the raft.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
on
so
the-
everybody's
Take the raft now.
okay. So everybody's loading up then. So the kid, when he sees you pull the sword out, he like gasped in like amazement, like he's like, oh, you have a sword? Whoa.
Not anymore.
And then I give it to the. I give it to the thingy, whatever, the boat, and we're giving it to the boat.
You hand it to the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did, kid.
Sand reminds me of that dude's neighbor in Office Space. Kind of chicks going down. Yeah. Shit, no, man. You get your ass beat for saying something like that. Okay. So the how do you hit at the hilt? Do you just kind of like set the blade down like flatly in its palm? Like are you like ramming it down into its forearm? Like how are you doing this?
I guess I'd hand it, put the hilt of it in its palm.
Okay. Its fingers wrap about it in a weird. Think of it kind of like a spider, how a spider would grab something, but it's in really slow motion. Its fingers squelch as it really grips down tight on it, and the blade slowly disappears into the water. And with a small shuffle of your feet, does the raft lift off and begin lumbering out into the water. And this continues on, so you can hear the water flowing, rushing against the raft as it moves forward. And if you were to sit and focus on it long enough, you could feel the slow lumbering steps of this raft as it moved forward, or as whatever it is that's pushing it beneath moves forward. After some time, you approach the bridge, or rather, you see a singular glowing torch floating over the river. And it's as you approach, do you recognize the silhouette of a bridge, the bridge specifically that you crossed before going to the dinner. I need perception checks from everyone.
Got a 16.
19.
Ooh,
Nice.
Damn. All right.
All right.
In.
You see the unmistakable purple tabard of the castle guard. He seems to be looking and scouring across the shoreline for any movement. The man seems panicked and uneasy as he looks about in the quiet wood, his all too watchful eyes peering deep within the darkness. Irina, a small uneasy feeling swells in the pit of your stomach. Can't help but realize that this man is more than likely looking for you. Should you be found, you put everyone at risk. What do you do?
I kind of want to take one of the blankets and kind of put it over my head like a hood.
Okay.
Does anyone have disguise self? Dispel?
No.
Valkithra does.
Also, it's disguise self, not disguise other.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. But I am gonna wrap one of those blankets around
Okay.
my head, like make sure that my hair is covered.
Well, do you guys try and like? You guys try and like hunker down, or what do you want to try and do? There's not a ton of room. It's not like you could all lay flat unless you were going to just like stack on top of one another like hot dogs.
I don't know what she needs to cover up with, but I got some towels. I got those bath towels I stole.
Hell yeah, dude! From the Durst Manor.
Yeah, when I was in there taking a dump.
Wait, how many towels do you have?
I got 3 of them.
Okay, so what if we all tie something around all of our heads so it's not, conspicuous that she's the only one that has her head covered?
All right, so Trevok is just holding out 3 towels now. Just whoever wants to take them.
Okay.
Elion will take 2.
I'll take one.
All right. So we have
Are we
Elion.
doing that just out of the shower look here, guys?
Yeah. Describe to me if you're taking
No,
towels. How are you doing it?
I'm just
So,
putting it
like-
right on my head, draping it over.
Yeah,
dumb
that's
looking.
what I was thinking. We all just drape something over our heads so, like, kind of maybe looks like a shawl or something, and everyone has one, so it's not conspicuous that only one person in the group had a fucking head covering.
Okay, gotcha. So you guys are covering your heads. You're floating on this raft. You're coming up to a man who's clearly looking for something, but he seems uneased. Do you want to try and do anything to like scare him off?
I
You wanna-
totally want to do my -1 intelligence on all this.
Oh man, let's see it roll, and then we'll go from there. You can be our wild card since Valkithra's out.
We're on the raft and we're approaching the bridge, and there's
Mhm.
a guy on the land, or is he on the bridge?
He's on the bridge, yeah.
He's on the bridge, and
Yeah.
he's clearly looking for something. And
He's looking southward. He's assuming that you're going to be coming up the trail at some point. So he's kind of it's like southeast. Like he's trying to make sure that nobody crosses that bridge without him knowing. But he's, like I said, he's not happy about being there.
okay, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk the whole party with my shenanigans.
I'm here for it.
Always roll up new one.
That is true.
The best stories take the biggest risk.
Yeah, man, look at Caspian's story, dude.
Yeah.
What was most hilarious about that is that he was actually going to die. He totally failed the checks to die. And like Valkithra, I think, succeeded it by 1 check, but also had Misty Step or whatever to save herself. So like she could have just saved herself anyways. Like he literally died for nothing.
Yeah, true that.
That's always
Barovia.
the irony of it all. But anyway, so you guys are approaching.
Yeah, as we get a little closer, Elion's gonna kind of suggest we could always tell him that we saw some people down the way. Maybe he'll rush, hurriedly go look for them.
I don't know. He looks like he's been out there a while. He could be pretty hungry. I could try and cook him a meal with my mess kit.
Or just ignore him.
I think we should ignore him, but maybe
We're on a boat driven by an undead creature. Just scare the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, does this ride come with protection?
I could use Bairn to have him appear up on the bridge and run off in another direction and then just disappear.
Scare the
that's
hell
pretty
out
smart,
of him.
actually.
I know that's totally not a -1 int.
Yeah, you should use your guy to summon him over there and run off in a different direction as a distraction.
All right, so is that what we're going to do then? You have to be within 30 feet of that happening, right?
Yeah, I have to be within. Where is it? Derp.
Oh.
It has to be within a space 15 feet of me that I can see.
All right. I'm breaking back
How much
out
space
the
do you have?
bloodstone here. We're going back OG with it. The manual roll. So you would have enough on there to summon him up, but I need to roll to see if he would recognize that you guys were there before you were close enough to put it down.
Okay, yeah, because I can't cast it until I'm within
Okay.
15 feet of the unoccupied space.
Okay, so he would notice you before you got that close.
Oh, okay.
You rolled an 18, he's got a 2 for a modifier, so it's a dirty 20. He would definitely see you guys as you approached. But what he would see is a series of white hoods and shadows. This guy's a human, and he's holding a torch. So, what would be, as you guys approach, what's the action here? Like, are you silently floating? Are you murmuring? Okay.
Maybe we could groan and sway back and forth. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get weird with it, guys.
Okay.
2 dragons.
So we just start murmuring and groaning and saying weird shit to this dude.
Okay. Do you guys give any kind of like context or precursor to the kid, or do you just start doing this?
Fuck that kid.
Okay.
So it's like,
Raptor on the bridge. Cut me into the water.
That's pretty good. So, in response to that, would he'd be like, "Oh man, that seems like fun. Can I play too?" Like he would say it out loud, like loud enough for everyone. Like it would be easily audible. The guy might not know what it was that he said, but he definitely turns his attention to you, and he starts yelling in a language that most of you don't understand. Give me a second here. Let me find. Matt, whose computer are you on? Yours or Kaylee's? Or are you guys on 2 separate computers?
yeah, we are.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
I mean, we have Tailspire on one, but both computers.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you guys are close enough to be able to read the same message. Then okay. So yeah, he begins to yell in a language, and he draws a sword from his waist. He's holding a torch in one and a sword in the other.
I mean, I understand the rule of cool and all, but technically I could just keep manifesting my echo and then attacking him. If he gets hit, remanifest, keep attacking. That kind of breaks the rule of cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say once you get close enough, go ahead and use the echo.
That's my 8 intelligence plan.
So
Manifest my echo once I get close enough.
the one thing that I do want to, well, okay, yeah, go for it. It's gonna point something out, but why ruin the surprise? We'll just let it happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna call out Simeon.
Do what?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna answer him.
Okay. We're gonna keep it quiet and we'll just keep making the noise. What would be the equivalent to like I guess I need deception checks from everybody. Like a group deception check.
Oh, jeez. This isn't going to be good.
It might not necessarily be
I rolled a
bad.
2 and I got a dirty 1.
Oh.
17.
7.
9.
Deception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
I got a 17. Stands.
So you had a 17 and what else?
7.
Dog water.
Okay. So he's going to I want you guys to know I rolled this. He rolled a 2. So I'm not shysting here to get by. So as you guys come up, he begins yelling like frantically. Ismark and Irina, you would both recognize this as like, stop playing games, like, show yourself. But to everyone else, as he spoke or as he yelled, you could hear his voice trembling, and if you looked hard enough, you could probably see him like quaking, like on the raft or on the bridge, excuse me. Like whatever it is that you're doing is kind of freaking him the fuck out. I'm assuming that we continue doing this as we get closer.
Trayvon
Oh, yeah.
would, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the plan.
All right. So you
Not a
guys
good plan, but it's the plan we have.
continue like murmuring and moaning and kind of swaying left and right with these head coverings. And it's almost as you get all the way by, does he obviously see something and takes off of the bridge, like runs to the other side, sword drawn, and he pulls a horn, like how can I put, like an actual like cow horn, like off of his hip, and he blows into it. It's and you can hear him yelling into the darkness. But as he's yelling into the darkness, he stays at the bridge. And the thing that's pushing your raft continues to shamble on further and further. The kid says, "Oh, I recognize this. We're getting close." Does anybody feel inclined to jump off of this raft, or are we going to keep it going?
Well, that didn't go fucking well. But I feel like we paid for quite a raft trip here, and we've only gotten a bit of a raft trip. Let's how do you feel about riding this puppy out? We're gonna go up a dam here? What is this coming up?
So yeah,
Are those rocks under the bridge?
you guys would travel sometime more, and the water would begin to become turbulent, for lack of a better word. There comes a point where you reach a waterfall, and you feel the raft shift, And there is a long protruding arm that comes up from underneath and begins to grab rocks, and it begins to climb up this waterfall. Does anybody want to give a perception check?
Hell yeah!
Oh, yes.
I want to try and see if I can see more of this thing that's climbing us up the waterfall.
Okay, so is anybody? Are you looking at the arm as it comes out, or are you like leaning over the side, sticking your head down?
I want to firmly grab the side of the raft, but lean my head over to see what I can see.
Okay. You give me a dexterity check.
Oh, I got a dirty 20 for the perception.
Okay.
And you said dexterity saving, or?
Yeah, or if you have acrobatics, I'll take that too, whichever one's higher.
They're the same, so I can just roll acrobatics if you like.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a 3.
Oh man. So you go to lean over the side. And you hear the beast beneath groan. Some strange, like low moan, like a roar. And as he does so, the raft begins to kind of tilt towards the direction that you're going, almost like he's being thrown off balance. Do you stand back up, or do you want to take longer to look at it?
Nope, I want to steady the...
Okay. Give me a second. I'll type you out a description. Is he the only one that's looking, or was everybody looking?
I was looking, but I rolled an 8.
Yeah, I rolled a
Okay.
12.
Okay. Did anybody else look?
Nah. Not me, at least.
Ismark?
Some mysteries are
Okay.
best left unanswered.
Okay, give me just a second. Well, Kaylee, you don't have dark vision. You're not going to see shit. Not with a 12 anyways.
Anything with my divine sense, though?
So this would have been what you sensed earlier underneath the raft. Okay. So he climbs up this waterfall and continues to lumber on. The kid then, after a while, I mean, we're talking roughly an hour, so the kid slaps on the top of the boat, or excuse me, of the raft after it's resubmerged, and it moves over to the side, and he undocks, and he looks at you all and says, "My barrow's not far from here. You can hide there until in the morning. You should really come with me. It gets scarier up the river."
Fuck it, I'm all in.
I don't know what that
He's been the
means.
right so far.
There's like a big snake, and there's something. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's in the water though. It grabbed somebody off of the boat once, and the ogre had to fight it to make sure I was safe.
So there is protection when you drive. Wow, this is a fantastic service, I must admit. Anyways, I'm in.
Totally worth the price of a cursed sword.
Yeah. So you're coming with me then?
Anyone object?
Aye, lad, we'll come with you.
Okay. So he leans down and he says, "Thanks, Burrow," and he jumps off onto the shore, and you can hear the grumbling of something, but it's like muffled with like underwater. Like think of it like a you know, like
Yeah.
That's
and
pretty
it
good.
the fucking the raft shakes just like a little bit, not enough as like a hurry up and get off of me, but just kind of like or better, rather than shaking a hand, would just kind of come up and like tap the top also. Now would be the time if you were going to roll perception, even if you don't have night vision now, like you wouldn't, the penalties on it wouldn't be that crazy. And then we'll pick up from here after this because Hunter said he's got to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I want this to remain the mystery raft.
Okay.
I saw what I saw.
Yeah. All right. All right. So we're gonna get off then, and we're heading to Guillermo's barrow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my plan.
Cool. And that's where we'll keep it at then, and we'll pick it up. What I'm going to try and do, I'm mulling around and moving this weekly, but I'm going to be very upfront and honest with you guys. I've been mad busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill the record.